Hi, I'm Alibet Suarez, Communications Director with the City of Kissimmee. Today marks the first 100 days of Chief Charles Broadway's leadership with the Kissimmee Police Department. Since stepping into the role, Chief has prioritized transparency, innovation, and reinforcing community trust. This morning, he reflected on accomplishments, shared his vision for the future, and highlight the department's continued commitment to public service and also safety. First, we will show you a video on this TV highlighting briefly the first 100 days. Following that, Chief will provide remarks and open the floor for questions that you have. If you have any questions that are not related to today's topic, as I always say, just send them to kpdpio@kissimmee.gov. And if you want to do any one-on-one interviews, just make sure that you send those requests that way so that we can consider those with availability for the chief or anything else. So at this time, let's watch the video.
100 days as police chief, I set out to chart a bold new course for the Kissimmee Police Department. From day one, I emphasized a renewed commitment to our core values of courage, honor, integrity, while promoting excellence and service above self. One of my first priorities was strengthening our internal leadership. We facilitated a department-wide leadership workshop through Readiness to Lead, giving every member in a supervisory role the tools and mindset to lead. We also promoted 9 deserving team members to new ranks, ranging from corporal to captain to deputy chief, a record supervisor, and welcomed a new assistant police chief to help us lead forward. We're also embracing new technology. Our new drone program enhances our investigative capabilities and supports both proactive policing as well as emergency responses. To increase transparency and build community trust, I worked with city leadership to implement a police oversight board approved by the City Commission as an added layer of accountability. Community connection remains a top priority. Events like Broadway on Broadway, meet and greets with the NAACP allowed me to hear directly from residents and local businesses in a relaxed and meaningful setting. We continue to build on programs that foster connection and trust, celebrating outstanding young leaders through the Youth Success Awards and having real conversations over coffee with members of the community. This summer, we are launching our Hoops with Heroes Youth Basketball Camp, giving kids a chance to build confidence, teamwork, and leadership through sports. In the fall, we'll kick off the Citizens Police Academy, an opportunity for residents to go behind the scenes and learn how each division of our department works. These first 100 days are just the beginning. I'm proud of the progress we've made, and I am committed to building a safer, stronger, and an even more connected Kissimmee together. Thank you to our city commissioners and city management for their continued support for public safety. I also want to thank the men and women of the Kissimmee Police Department for their unwavering commitment to providing exceptional services to this community.
Wow, I want to start off by thanking our media team. What a phenomenal, great job on that video, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of your hard work on that. Well, good morning and welcome. I want to thank all of our media partners for being here today. Thank you for helping us promote open government, getting news out to our community, and helping us foster transparency. So thank you all for being here today. It has been my honor to serve the city of Kissimmee as your chief of police for the past 100 days. Time definitely flies. From the very beginning, I made a commitment to lead with purpose, guided by the belief that leadership is not just about words or titles. Leadership is not about these stars on my collar. It's about actions and decisions that uplift others, encourage others, inspire others, challenge others, help others become better. Together with the men and women of the Kissimmee Police Department, we have embraced a shared mission rooted in 3 pillars. Number 1 is building a culture of trust, accountability, and officer well-being, ensuring that we prioritize the overall well-being and health and wellness of our personnel. Strengthening community partnerships through community policing and engagement, understanding that we are more effective when we work together with our community to reduce crime, prevent crime, and enhance quality of life for all. And then our number one priority is providing the highest level of public safety to ensure safe cities, a safe city and safe communities. These are the blueprints of how we show up every single day and every single night. Over the past 100 days, we've laid a stronger foundation for the future, driven by transparency, innovation, and community-centered policing. An effective department begins from within. It's with a culture that supports its personnel, supports its people, along with demanding integrity. In our first 100 days, we are launching Readiness to Lead, a leadership training initiative for all personnel serving in supervisory roles. This role will be an engaging, hands-on workshop focused on key leadership competencies essential for navigating today's challenges in law enforcement and public safety. We promoted 9 members of the department to leadership ranks, from corporal to sergeant, lieutenant, captain, deputy chief, a record supervisor, demonstrating our belief in developing and nurturing talent from within. I hired a new assistant police chief, expanding our leadership team and bringing fresh vision and operational expertise. We expanded access to overall wellness programs, including mental health resources, peer support networks, physical wellness opportunities, and we are starting a new chaplaincy program. Interesting fact, studies have shown that the average person experiences 3 to 5 critical incidents in their lifetime, whereas a law enforcement officer could experience more than 100 critical incidents over their career. As law enforcement leaders, it is incumbent upon each and every one of us to continue to prioritize and value the overall health and wellness of our personnel. We will also be swearing in real soon a therapy dog and issuing that therapy dog the oath of office. Therapy dogs have been known to reduce heightened short-term anxiety following a critical incident. These dogs have also been proven to effectively help first responders manage long-term post-traumatic stress. Our therapy dog will also help us enhance our community engagement efforts within our community as well. I'm a firm believer in healthy agencies cultivate healthy officers who in turn build healthy communities. We've reviewed and updated internal accountability processes to ensure consistent standards are upheld with clarity and fairness. Policing is most effective when it is highly visible and collaborative and rooted in trust. In these first 100 days, we have created new opportunities for community engagement, community interaction, including our first ever inaugural Hoops with Heroes youth basketball camp, which will be held at the end of July, reaffirming our commitment to youth membership or youth mentorship and youth engagement to ensure that our children's first interaction with law enforcement is one of a positive one and that's lasting. We will be teaching our young kids fundamentals in basketball, but also fundamentals in life and leadership and character and good morals. From newsletters to Coffee with a Cop to Cram the Cruiser and other neighborhood-based outreach efforts. Our Citizens Police Academy is starting September 3rd of this year to afford community members an opportunity to get inside look of what our men and women do every single day to serve and to protect this community. I'm assured that you will be impressed in what you see during the Citizens Academy. We've increased our presence in neighborhoods and at civic events and local forums and faith-based organizations, continuing to build strong community relationships that help prevent crime before it even occurs. We gained approval from the City Commission to establish a police oversight board, reinforcing our department's commitment to transparency and police accountability. We will produce an annual report, which will be released January of 2026. This annual report will be a snapshot and an overview of the calendar year of 2025. It will contain public education and awareness, crime tips, awards and recognition of our men and women, crime stats, use of force incidents for the year of 2025, and the conclusion or the disposition of those use of force incidents. It will also entail the number of complaints that come into our agency, as well as the disposition of those complaints. Again, just being more and more transparent with our community. At the core of our mission, the number one priority will always be keeping Kissimmee safe for every resident, business owner, and visitor. In our first 100 days, we have implemented smarter, data-driven patrols, intelligence-led policing, high crime areas to increase visibility and improve response times. We continue to strengthen our collaboration with the State Attorney's Office to ensure effective prosecution of criminal offenses. We revamped our plainclothes unit to really enforce drug activity and illegal drug trafficking. We are going to partner with the Osceola County Sheriff's Office and St. Cloud Police Department to act as a force multiplier to proactively address illegal narcotic sales, prostitution, and human trafficking. We are launching a new drone program to enhance our investigative capabilities, increase our situational awareness, assist us in identifying and apprehending those wanted for crimes, as well as locating endangered and missing children and adults. We've enhanced our officer readiness and tactical training, including expanding crisis intervention, de-escalation training techniques and practices to ensure that our officers respond with professionalism and show empathy. This is just the beginning. We are building something together, something worthy of our trust that our community places in us. I remain committed to continue the momentum set in motion, set by my predecessor, Robert Anzueto from the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and involving our department to meet the needs of a growing, vibrant city. The Kissimmee Police Department will continue to lead with transparency, be accountable to our community, be accountable to one another, and show up with integrity and purpose every single day and every night. I want to thank our mayor, the Honorable Espinoza, our city manager, and all of our commissioners, and the community that we serve. Thank you for your support for public safety and our partnership, and entrusting me to serve the city as your chief of police. I also want to especially thank every member of the Kissimmee Police Department, sworn and non-sworn and volunteer. Thank you for going above and beyond every single day and every night to provide exceptional services to this community. And thank you for a seamless transition during these 100 days of serving as your police chief. As I have said before, we are continuing to move forward. We are looking in one direction, and that is straight ahead only. Thank you, and at this time I'll take a few questions. Yes?
Chief, in the past we've talked about some changes to the IA process.
Mm-hmm.
How have those changes promoted accountability, and can you share some of them?
Sure. The enhancements made is a more robust, thorough process, a thorough review process, where I have more personnel in a chain of command reviewing these incidents, and it finally ends on the desk of my assistant chief. Once my assistant chief has that and reviews it, he will get with me and we will review together, come up with a consensus on our decision that we make. But again, it's just a more robust review process that's in place that wasn't there before.
You mentioned the report as well that's going to come out at the end of the year. That'll have some numbers. Are they statistics, or what will we expect for that January report?
Sure. So our annual report, yes, it will show a lot of different things. It will show awards and recognition of our men and women, but it's also going to give you a snapshot of the amount of use of forces that our officers were involved in, the type of use of force that our officers were involved in, and then basically the status or the disposition of those incidents. Again, just showing transparency to our community.
Yes. So I know that it's pretty recent. We talked about the Civilian Oversight Board that you commissioned last week, of course. I know that transparency is really important to you. I'm curious, are there people that you've been considering at all? Have people come forward saying that they want to serve? Where are we at this time in terms of that board and transparency overall just being established through that?
Sure. No decision made in reference to who is going to serve on this board, but I can tell you that I have had a few people mention to myself and some commissioners expressing their interest in serving on the board. So we're looking forward to getting that board up and running and proceeding forward with it.
Following up on that with the board, I know the board is meant to provide transparency, another layer of accountability, but the state law did strip a lot of its power. So why bring it back?
Sure.
Why was it important for you to do that?
I still see value in the board. I still see value in a board that is representing of our community, where we can have open discussions and transparency, and that we can be an ear to our community, and that we can continue to review policy, procedures, and protocols, and ensure that the best policies and procedures and protocols are in place to serve and effectively protect our community. So I still see value in the board.
When you are hoping to get this board together, when do you want them to start?
Sure. So it was just approved next week. I know I'm meeting with our city clerk this week. So probably in the next couple weeks, we will have the application online, and then a process in place to vet it out and choose the board members.
You also talked about, revamping patrol. One of the things you had talked about before was a downtown unit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in place? What's kind of happening with that?
Yeah, so that is occurring this year. Our fiscal or annual budget year is October 1. So as of October 1, we will be hiring additional officers and creating a downtown unit where we will have 7-day coverage for downtown. And those officers will be familiar faces to the businesses there and know the issues and concerns so they can address them expeditiously.
One question, what has been the most significant challenge or complex issue you have encountered upon taking command?
I would say those who possibly lost trust in us, and to them I would say give us some time, and I think that we will prove to you that this agency can be trusted, not just with my words, but with our actions.
Chief, what do you say to residents who have lost confidence in the department?
I would say give us time. As I just mentioned, I believe that we will prove and show to the community that this agency can be trusted. And it's going to be more than words, but they will see it with our actions. And I can tell you that the men and women of this agency are some of the most dedicated and committed professionals who chose to serve and protect this community.
The chaplain program, when is that starting, or has it already started for mental health officers?
Sure. So I met with the chaplains probably about 2 weeks ago. We have about 3 to 5 that want to come on board. So we are in the process of, going through the process of getting them hired as volunteers and going through the background process. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks we will have them on board. And then they will also receive training on crisis intervention and critical incident stress management as well.
One last question, or you guys are?
Yeah, one last question. Just, I wonder if you have identified any internal policies or practices that needed any urgent action, and how have you solved, if anything, you have?
Sure. So I think in regards to use of force incidents or internal affairs complaints, we've placed more personnel in that review process to review, look at body cams, look at the totality of the circumstances, and they end up on the assistant chief's desk and consults with me just to ensure that that everything was done according to policy and procedures in the law.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here.